Darrell has a thing. I mean, has a way to like really, I would say like, infuse the ladies with intoxication. Intoxication. I mean, Darrell. I mean, you the man. I learned from this guy.
Nah, I just think Monica could probably go toe to toe with me drinking though. Most people can't do it.
Oh God, I need to start drinking tequila now. Thank you, Monica. I'm going to start drinking it now.
She wants her gallbladder now. Oh my God, I missed that one.
That's what every college freshman starts out drinking tequila for the most part. Me, I started back in middle school.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so we'll be drinking a lot of whiskey. What? Brandy? What? Tequila? What? More whiskey? What? Okay, that's enough.
Where's the bloody Mary? Where's the bloody Mary?
And Bloody Mary? What?
I think you'll be drunk by then. You're not only drunk yourself, you're bummed.
I don't know what drunk is.
That's what you
Go ahead, Money Man.
Oh no, you go ahead, G.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Darrell, right? Is that your name?
That's me.
Oh, I know I couldn't go head to head with you drinking. I have one beer and I'm like, woo, dance on the table, take off my top, give me some dollar bills, what?
Come on.
You know, it's okay. I got plenty of dollar bills. I'll make it rain for you, baby.
Excellent.
Hey, that's how we get down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Woo! This is
You know, you got some people that make it drizzle. I can make it rainstorm.
Oh,
Let's see.
great.
I'm probably going to get drunk and watch a Bobo Bowl and see if it makes sense while I'm drunk.
I still don't think it'll make sense when you're drunk. I think it'll be just thrown like, woo, like, what is this? It probably would. I don't know. Grandma's a beautiful lady. No, Dilly, but let's talk about Jessica. When you first thought of us, when you came into the podcast, like, you know, and Mike told you about us when we first started, like, what was your instant feedback on us when you first started?
Like my first impression?
My first impression.
Well, I think Mike and I think we were we friends first on Facebook, or were we following each other on Twitter first? Come talk to us. And I was like, wow, because I had really just gotten back. I mean, I hadn't done an anime title since, I think 2009, and I had finished Ikitosen, like this, I think the second volume. And, you know, now it was like 2013. I think this was in the summer or the fall. I can't remember, but the only thing I had done lately had been like Fairy Tale movie, and then I'd had some other stuff going on, and so I was like, wow, what, sweetheart?
Oh, no. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just like, why in the world would the Shrine want to talk to me? Because I hadn't really done anything. I'm not really out there talking to the fans. I have 15 followers on Twitter. Like, I just wasn't really, and I hadn't done a convention since 2002. So I was really surprised. I mean, I took him seriously, but I was like, I wonder if do they know who I am? I mean, do they really want to talk to me? And he was persistent, you know? I mean, we sort of chatted back and forth, and he was really sweet. I mean, that was the thing, was Mike's a sweetheart. And
yeah, he is.
He was like, we really, really want you to come on, and we know your work. And he mentioned some of the titles I did back in the day, like Cutie Honey and, Dirty Pair. And I was like, wow, okay, maybe you wikied me, but even if you didn't, that's cool that you're mentioning them, because they were a long-ass time ago. And so I was really impressed with that, and I just was really flattered that somebody would want to spend any kind of time with me, because I wasn't out there. A lot of the VAs, they're and I am now. I've got my Facebook page. I love to. I'm going to the conventions, but when you're not doing that, people don't really know who you are, and you kind of drop off for a while, and so I was just really shocked and completely flattered. And so when I found out that, I realized he was serious about it, I was like, well, you know what? This is obviously a great group of people. I mean, Mike's just been a real sweetheart. And, if you guys are down with talking to me and you don't mind talking about the old stuff, because all I have is Fairy Tale movie, because this was, back before I did a bunch of other titles, then if you guys are that interested in talking to me, then how can I say no? I mean, that's just such a freaking compliment.
let me just say this, and let me just say this right now. As opposed to, and it's no disrespect to any of the AAA voice actors and actresses, but it's like we grow that instant rapport. I think I was talking to Darrell and Mike separately about this, but we had that instant rapport with people who have either been up and coming into the industry, and those who have only did a few roles. And I think that's like instant. Like they know they're part of the industry, but they're also like fans of it too. And that's what makes it like so interesting to us that we can like really have an instant rapport with you that quickly.
Yeah.
And Jessica, just to let you know, we met through Facebook. And sorry.
We did. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember where we had connected first.
Yeah. Sorry about that. My dad just come and interrupted me like we're in the podcast, so I just had to tell him, dude, we're busy.
That's okay.
Remember the three main.
And if anybody is a fan of like Cyanide Happiness, I know Jessica knows about it. She did that voice for the Weatherman short.
Yes.
I love Cyanide Happiness. I was like,
oh my
that's
god,
Jessica.
they are such twisted fucks. Let me tell you, I've done 3 other shorts with them since that one, but they just haven't. They're not finished. They're still in production. So as soon as those are released, I can't even. One of those called The Butterfly. That one's going to be coming out, and I can't recall the other two. I might have done 5 so far together, but altogether. But yeah, I mean, they're twisted fucks, man. They are some talented, twisted motherfuckers, and I really enjoy working with them. I mean, God, that's like, I mean, I was so excited about that. So I'm glad you guys, follow them too, because they're really talented.
Oh shit, I love Cyanide Happiness. I mean, they put a sick, twisted spin on so much shit that I love. I mean, just when you think, oh, like, get the belt, I was so damn weak. That's the kind of humor that I have, because that's some shit I would actually do.
Yeah.
I can't draw worse shit, but I have those type of concepts in my head.
Oh man, this is like one of the best times of the movie, bro. When she really thought, you really think this was gonna be just another podcast? I mean, another show. Heather, Jessica really knows how to like throw that funniness at you real quick, and that's what I like about her.
But I do have one question for Jessica though. What was it like working on Attack on Titan as Zoe Hans? Because I love that character.
Oh my god.
I mean, she's just so fucking lively.
Oh, she is, right? You know what? I have to say, like, that was a freaking dream come true. And I guess so when we really talked months ago, I don't think I knew that I was playing Hanji. So we haven't talked about this, have we?
Oh, no, we haven't.
So I don't know if we were on Facebook first, if we were friends there.
Character, I mean, she has so much damn energy. Yeah. She totally does. And I really have no problem. People like, oh, you're being typecast as the crazy person, and I'm like, well, how in the world can I possibly have a problem with that? Because I'm insane, and I do those characters really well. I have a lot of energy myself, and I don't do any cocaine before I go into the studio. I might do a bump after. That's what I'm talking about right now.
I want to keep that shit up, But no, I'm just kidding. I don't actually do cocaine, people. That was a joke. Everyone listen.
She just does Diet Coke, people. Diet Coke.
Yeah, like I do like fucking pixie sticks and whatnot. I snort pixie sticks.
And Coke Zero.
We've all snorted pixie sticks.
Coke Zero and Pixie is my own concoction. But anyway, like in the studio, like it was so fun, and it was a dream come true. I watched the whole series of Attack on Titan as it was coming out. I was watching it on Crunchyroll along with the rest of the world, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know who had the dub. I mean, this was last summer, right? So last summer into fall, and I didn't know who had the dub, and I was like, wow, I wonder who's picked this up, and if it's going to be dubbed, and how can I get an audition for it, because I would love to be in it, and then so I guess it was in November. Or December maybe, I got an email from Funimation, and they said, oh, if you'd like to audition for Attack on Titan. I barely even read the email. I was like, yes, please. Yeah. But anyway, so back to when I was watching the show, I really zeroed in on Zoe, and I just got through talking about this at ColossalCon. I have never, ever in my life, and I swear to God, I'm being totally honest with you guys, but I've never been in that moment like I'm watching an anime, and I'm loving this show, right? And then I see the character that I really identify with, which was Hanji. And I was like, man, I would love to be that character. Man, I don't know how in the world I get a chance to do it. I don't know who has it, blah, 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 like what I just said a second ago. But God, you know, what a dream freaking come true. And so when I got the audition materials and I auditioned for her and I sent that off and I sweated for the next, I don't know, 2 weeks, and I was, you know, I didn't hear anything back, and I was like, oh man, because I would have been happy to be anything. Please, you know, third person from the left that gets killed, I'm happy to be eaten, you know, whatever. I want to, you know, like I want to be in the dub, like whatever. But when Mike actually had made the call, Mike McFarland had made the call to me, and he's got me on the phone and he's like, yeah, so we got your audition materials in, and I'm like, and I'm like trying not to freak out, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, so now let me see which, and he's like shuffling papers, or he's scrolling on his computer. He's like taking forever. I mean, it felt like a fucking year for him to like tell me who I was playing. He was like, yeah, let me, and I'm like, oh my God, who am I? Because I auditioned for, they let you send in 3 auditions. So I auditioned for Annie, I auditioned for Sasha, Potato Girl, and for Hanji. So, I mean, if he's calling me and offering, you know, and I'm getting a part, like, I'm assuming it's one of those 3. But again, like, if he would have been like, yeah, you're going to be, like, a repeated person that gets murdered every episode, I'd be like, yo, I'll take that. That's okay. Eat me, whatever, you know, whatever. He's like, yeah, you're gonna be Hanji. I screamed so loud, like I was actually at work, and I was outside, but I was in the parking lot, and I was jumping up and down like a freaking maniac. I could not believe it. It's just never happened to me before. And also, I mean, you guys know this about me. Like, most of my anime work was back in the day. I started in '95, and I went solidly through. It slowed down a bit in the mid-2000s, and by 2009, like I said, that was like my last title for a while. But like, it was different back then. You weren't able to watch the show as it was coming out pretty much in Japan, and then it was dubbed immediately. I mean, these shows were animated 10 years before. You know, Cutie Honey was like done in the 80s, I think, and then we finally dubbed it in 95, and Dirty Pair was in the 80s. I'm sorry, Cutie Honey might have been in the early 90s, but I think it was animated in the new Cutie Honey series. I'd have to wiki that. But like Dirty Pair was an 80s series, and we dubbed that in like 97, 98. So it was a whole new world to me to be able to watch something, and then it was going to be dubbed immediately, like afterwards, or, you know, close to the same time. So it was so many dreams come true in like a short span of time, and like I've been talking for like 10 minutes because I geek out so hard over it because I still can't believe it. Okay, the end.
That's why the first every time we get to see you. So hey, let's know when you do a role. Think of how we feel when, you know what I'm saying, we have the edge of our seat, and you have all this abundance of energy. Whoa, this girl got energy. I like her.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Kanako from what's it called? From Rear Holic all over again.
Yes, that crazy lesbian. Gotta love her.
Yes.
Oh.
Hashtag gag fetish.
Oh my God.
Crazy. God, that was so fun.
Let's not go there. But there's one question I wanted to ask you, and I forgot to ask you this.
Okay.
Considering the fact, you know, when you first came on, and we were talking about, you know, before you got here, we were talking about the status of what new voice actors could do, you know, to replace the old guard, which we call the veteran voice actors.
Uh-huh.
When it comes down to, you know, the talent, 110% of the time, the establishment will go for the voice actors